Vibe coding, your pathway to six figures. I am not kidding. Software is very, very powerful. It always has been. And if you can make one that's valuable to the people that you serve, you are in a pretty good position, my friend. So I want to just point out to you and share with you something that I have been working on. I used to be a heavy user of Leadpages to create all of my sales letters, even some of my products, my thank you pages. It all went into Leadpages. I had it for several years, and just recently I switched everything over to Kajabi, not because of what I'm going to show you today, but mostly because I wanted everything in one place. And actually, Leadpages was raising their price and not getting any better. So I did that project this year. It took a couple months to do before my yearly renewed with Leadpages. Let me tell you this. I was not very excited about the Kajabi page builder, but I am now that AI has come on the scene. This is just a little project that I've been working on the side, and I'm not here to show you what the Review Rocket Toolkit is. I want to show you how I built this page here. When I tell you I used to design web pages in Leadpages, it was a nightmare. It took very long. There was a lot of drag and drop. There was a lot of moving things around. And if you wanted to get your pages to look really good, I had to find somebody else's page that looked good and then have somebody make me a template, because I didn't feel like spending 1,000 hours just making a template of a nice sales letter. So that's what I've been through with Leadpages. And what used to take me literally over a month to create now took me, like this page, this long sales letter, took me less than a day. Now, I don't look at the copy, because that's for another topic. I want you to just recognize the header, the subheadline, these nice boxes here, boxes. All this stuff takes a long time to create if you don't know what you're doing, okay? Now, what's cool about Kajabi, and you don't have to, I'm not telling you to use Kajabi, but there's a lot of page builders now that have this format, and you can apply this strategy to the tool that you're using of choice if it's not something rigid like Leadpages, because Leadpages, I wouldn't be able to do this. But in Go High Level or High Level and Kajabi, I'm sure there's other ones, you're gonna have something that looks like this. Now, if you're just working in this pane here, like a window pane, it'd be very hard to create something like this. There's nothing in the menu here that allows you to create something like a box with text in it with a color. However, if we go to these little brackets here, this, as ChatGPT explained to me, I believe it's called CSS HTML. It's like a formatted HTML, basically, okay? And it's this code that allows me to create these beautiful looking boxes here that I showed you before, with images and images inside a box. And as you can see here, if I just design this without code, I would be able to edit it in here. But because this is all code, like I can edit this text here, but I can't edit it here. And it goes down. It goes down for days. And look at this. This is like a little feature box. I'll show you what it looks like in real life, IRL. So this is just a cool new checkout page that Kajabi has, which I'm really digging. I wish it scrolled down. Maybe that's something that might be coming, but when I go down the page here, if I click this, it goes back up to the top. So that's kind of cool. But see, this is all code here. Okay? This is all coding. So how did I do that? Well, I wrote the copy inside of ChatGPT, each section here, and then I had ChatGPT not only tell me what the language is to use, but while we were working over this sales letter together, me and ChatGPT, I asked it every single time to give me this format so that I can easily plug it in to here. Paste it in here. So it even calls it Kajabi friendly HTML. It names the sections here. It just gets to know you. And if you wanted to go in and change anything, like any of the copy, you can either do it in here or you can change it right from here and then save your work. I know that Go High Level has its own code and several others do as well. I'm sure that you can also do, actually probably with Leadpages, you would be able to do like HTML blocks, custom HTML. And even in Kajabi, you can do that too. So if I go to add block, I can do custom code here, and I can add any type of code I wanted to. So that also is another way to do it. But I really personally love to work with these text boxes here because it takes that code, ChatGPT writes it for me, and I could just plug it in here. And that's what I did. So essentially, I did my own vibe coding in a language that I've never known before, which is this, and it made it all pretty for me. And if I didn't know how to code, it wouldn't look like this because, again, this is very hard to, I would probably maybe be able to figure it out, but just to have this box with bullet points and text in there is not an easy thing to do if you're just the person that didn't know that you can actually click on this and do all kinds of coding in here. So once you get a little bit familiar with code, you could see like, yeah, that's the heading tag there. And like this is a list, LI style, that's always going to be a list, or bullets, right? There's heading 2, there's notes section here. So I just wanted to show you a real life example of what you can be doing and how you can be using ChatGPT. And I know even Replit and this other tool called, let's see where we can put this. There's Replit, there's Lovable, that's a good one. There's Bolt, and then there's a Google one. I'm not sure the name, but I'm sure that we'll be talking about that in the future because I'm curious to see what the Google tool looks like. Another really cool thing that you can do is you can also build Chrome extensions, Python scripts. Okay. Python scripts are great for managing data, combining data, all that stuff. I'm just scratching the surface with all this stuff too. What's interesting with AI, and that's why another reason why I built the AI Monthly community, is because I'm learning from somebody, you can learn from me, and then you could teach other people. So it's like a chain reaction of learning and teaching, and doing, of course. Doing is very important. So you can take anything that I said and try it out and teach somebody else how to do it. That's what's great about the time that we're living in right now. We're all almost on the same level. And the people who work at this more and figure more stuff out are the ones that are going to be benefiting from it. And I'm talking to myself now too, because I want to be motivated even more, because this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And we should all be really excited and taking advantage of it. And just want to show you something that I'm doing right now that could be cool. So this is on my sales letter right now. I'm in the process of doing a huge upgrade and a huge update on it, just to make it a little bit better, make it flow easier. And I like what's on this portion here, but I just hate the way it looks aesthetically. So I just took a screenshot of this, and this is what I'm coding in HTML plus inline CSS. Kajabi friendly. So you could do this in any language, and you just tell it what to say. And sometimes, like this example, you can show it an image, and then I'm going to say, create this in a Kajabi friend block. I like what it says and the message it brings, but I don't like the way it looks aesthetically. Create a new one, and I'll let you know if I have any changes. Okay, let's just see what it comes up with here, because it's been pretty good. And I could have told it specific colors. See, this is just something that's annoying. It writes the code, but it doesn't, let's see. I don't think it necessarily shows you what it looks like. So you have to go ahead and copy the code, and then let's see. I'm gonna click on the image. I'm gonna add a text block and then just put that code in here. You'll see why in a minute. Here we go. So that's what it looks like. If I make this bigger, it will put it in fours just like that, which is kind of cool. So yeah, let's remove these. Actually, we can just remove the block. So sometimes you have to play around with the way that it looks, and then maybe have the code rewritten if you want it. So what I might do here is maybe I'll add some text. Put that up there. Background. Could do the background in gray, and then scroll up, do something like that, and then say, here are some instant ideas to take to the bank. All right, and then center this. So you see here how I am using a combination of the code that ChatGPT makes for me and just some of my own ideas of bringing the sales letter to life a little bit. And I can keep tinkering with this until I like it. So I'll save it and preview it. As you could see, just go down here. There's lots of stuff that I want to change and work on. But all right, there we go. I had to tinker with this a little bit to get it looking good on the page. So it looks great. I love this section now, much better than the last. And if I wanted to change some more things, I could. And I'll continue on doing similar things, just taking a screenshot and saying what I'd rather it to look like, and it instantly doing some formatting for me, so I don't have to know any code. I barely had to do anything to the code to get this looking great. Hopefully I open your mind so that you can maybe envision yourself as somebody who can code and easily do it and figure it out in less than a day. That's the opportunity. That's your homework. Try one of these tools. Try to build something. Think of an idea. Use ChatGPT to go through some examples of what you might want to build and what potentially could be the opportunity there for you. Go ahead down to the link in the description. I'm going to give you 50 of my free templates that you can use to easily find a beautiful image that you could code into your sales letter so you can just get the work done. You don't have to do any of the searching yourself. That's absolutely free for you. The link is in the description. And hey, if you like this video, give it a like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps the channel and so you won't miss another training. I'll see you in the next video.